Hi, Richard Moore here from 8-StepStartup. I hope you're well. I wanted to speak briefly about this thing that comes up a lot in sales, about how many times you should engage with a prospect before asking for a sale. This is a really tough one because someone asked me to do a video on it, and the reality is every sale is different within the same company with the same product, and that's before you even start looking at the fact that every type of sale with every different type of product is different as well. It's really complex to try and create some kind of one-size-fits-all approach, but there's a saying that in the main suggests that it's something between 6 to 8 points of contact, or exchanges, or meetings, or phone calls between you and what is originally a cold prospect, someone you've never had any conversation with, and the point when they have their first, when you get a sale. Now, the thing is, a close or a sale may be on a concept, not necessarily on buying a product and exchanging that transactionally, with money. It may well be that you want someone to funnel into your website, so there might be 6 to 8 exchanges or back and forths or messages, emails, whatever, some kind of conversation before that happens. I've come from a sales background, so I've worked with many different types of products, and some of them you're calling people cold, and it was a business-to-business company I first worked with, where you were calling a managing director at a business with no prior engagement with them at all, and you're looking to basically try to close them on a sale within that one phone call. So it might be £8,000 to £10,000 within a half hour or so, and that's pretty tough because you need to build value straight away and propose something they're going to want to buy, and of course then use some pretty good techniques to get them to actually say, okay, fine, let's do this. So that's actually a hard one, and I suppose what is important to understand here is there's a difference between buying and really like, oh wow, I've got to buy this kind of thing. Yes, there's a whole spectrum of people say when it comes to people saying, yes, I'd like to buy your product. I suppose it comes down to how you want people to feel when they buy what you have to offer. If you're going to sell someone on something where there's going to be potentially account management in play, or upselling in the future, or repeat business renewals and things like that, well then you've got to think about the long game, and think about things like building a relationship with them. And in addition to that, even if, I suppose another way of looking at it, even if there isn't that kind of progression or long-term work, and someone's just simply buying your product and that would probably be the end of it, you want to think about their experience and whether or not they're going to then pass on the good word to their friends, and then that of course creates new customers for you. So with this in mind, you need to always bear in the centre of your mind that you want to have people feeling good about what you have to say, and it's a simple case that people will buy people. You need to be social, and the more people engage with people, the more they will feel like they're best friends or something like that. And so the closer you get to that kind of scenario through conversations and meetings or whatever it might be, the more someone's going to want to trust you and value what it is you have to offer. And in turn, it means that people are more likely to not just buy, but buy with a bit of fervour, because they think, oh, this guy's great, I really buy into everything they say. So I suppose what I'm saying here is that the more exchanges you have with someone, the more likely it is that there's going to be a piece of business, sure, but also the more likely it will stick. The more likely they're going to feel good about things. And some people are very action orientated and they're just going to buy after one conversation, whereas some take a bit more time. And when I was in touch last week with Steve Burrows, he's the EVP of Americas for WSP Parsons Brinckerhoffs, as a multi-billion-pound construction business. He said to me, look, the best advice I ever received was that patience is a virtue, and you need to take your time, really, if you want some of the best things to happen. And I've worked with businesses where they simply they drop it. They drop their lead or their prospect when there isn't a yes straight away, and that's the end of it. Whereas in fact, there's value in recognizing that there are different personality types, and sometimes you just have to spend a bit more time with someone, warm them up a bit more, maybe show them a bit more value. Not everyone's going to react in the same way. So it's really that simple. So that's my take on it, really. I think that if you can, then you should spend as much time as possible with clients. You get to learn more about them, and of course you therefore can be more effective in your value proposition. Whereas if you're trying to get quick sales, well, you know what, it's going to be less effective if you do have this one contact, one deal approach. And you know, many people out there are exceptional at sales and get cold deals straight after one call, and that's fine. But you'll usually find that you'll get a greater relationship through simply spending a bit more time with them. So I'd be keen on your comments to hear what you have to say about this. What's your view? Do you think people are sold on things after a couple of calls, or do you feel that they really do need warming up a bit more? It's probably depend on the salesperson as well. Your technique, your style. Are you a little bit hardcore, or are you a little bit more of a softly approach? Anyway, hope that helps. Let's speak again soon, but I'm interested in hearing what you have to say on it.